Yeah, I was gonna do it. Work got in the way real quick, so I had to start all over. I already had like the opening, whatever. But yeah, this one is about Thor. Because I saw the movie and then I basically blew me away, and I was like, "Get to be the geek and trying to tell ya what Thor is like about that." I gotta tell you what Thor really means to me, and I was like, because it was like one of the movies I've seen like this year that was actually pretty good, and one of the best Marvel ones besides Iron Man. Because Marvel haven't had a lot of good movies. I mean, I like the whole. I kind of understand where directors come from when they like, you saw the comic book number one like 1,000 times and reproduced it like a billion, and then they kind of tweaked it a couple times. Because I must admit, I got one of the Marvel number ones, which I wanted to which if I ever so lucky, I got Myth, which is basically when they basically Myth is like they fuse Marvel number ones or rare comic books with celebrities, like basically random people that gave away, like, you could draw me in the comic book, I don't care, and they draw them and then they reproduce it and it's number ones, or it's just like a rare comic. The one I got was Spider-Man Mythos number one. I think I'm saying it right, Mythos or Mythology. I know it's Myth in it. Basically Spider-Man number one, and if I'm ever so lucky, is somehow in Comic-Con or just in, I could find and run into Conan and Stanley at the same time and get them to sign the comic book, probably worth a good 1,000. Save it for a long time, it'd be like 1,000,000. But somehow I gotta get them in the same room at the same time to sign the same comic book. Because the mythos in this one, Conan O'Brien was to show that Spider-Man premiered and he was doing his whole tricks, that in the whole he was a wrestler and all that to get the money, whatever, just to prove out his power. Basically that's with Thor. I mean, in that long a segue, Thor. I'm not gonna ruin anything for you. I'm just gonna tell you some things to watch out. Like the ending of it is way different than what you used to, because every ending basically was always like show like the next hero or show like the next big fight or show like, oh, this is Avengers. They still did the whole, this is gonna be in Avengers, but they did it a little bit differently, which I thought, because some people was like, oh man, it wasn't like as like, oh my god, this is just gonna be a new hero. Nah, it was different, but there is a new hero that they showed in there. I don't know if he is gonna be in the Avengers, but they showed a new hero. So if you are a huge comic book fan, or you just a huge Avenger comic book fan, I mean, you got to be a comic book fan to get the name and get what he's using, and you could be like, oh, that's him, that's little so-and-so, and that's something you should watch out. The scene that you're going to need to, if you are watching this and you're going to try to write down notes and then go see it, or you saw it and you need somebody to jog your memory, is this part where Thor is basically, you basically saw the movie, the trailer like 1,000 times if he did, so it's not really ruining it. It's basically during the whole fight when he was in the whole white tunnels. Basically, pay very good attention to the whole tunnel fight. One person in particular is going to have his own 15 minutes in the spotlight, and if you don't know who that is by the weapon he's using, then you are not a comic book fan. The movie, all in all, was terrific. It's beautiful. I didn't get to see it in 3D because my friend was like, oh, I hate 3D, it's hurting my eyes. And I'm like, I got a 3DS. And I mean, the first couple minutes of the 3DS feels like somebody punched you in your skull. And it's like the first minute. And after that, your eyes literally adjust. And it's sometimes where it is messed up, but that's another subject for another time. But 3D doesn't hurt, because I haven't seen like a 3D movie ever. They always like, this is a 3D movie, and I never go and watch it in 3D. And this was my chance, and he was like, nah. So basically I was like, alright, screw it. I'm not gonna argue with this. basically, even if without 3D, it's pretty much beautiful. It's good. Thor kicks ass. They stay with the heroes. They kind of tweaked them around, which wasn't that bad of a tweak. I mean, it's not like how they did with X-Men, which is just horrible. And also, they showed the X-Men trailer, X-Men First Class, which is coming to look horrible. I mean, it's good that they went back, but I mean, if you saw Wolverine Origins and then try to put in some kind of context the First Class, you're gonna be so pissed off. Because, and there's only, freaking, 5 heroes in the First Class. Jean, Cyclops, fucking Beast, Angel, and Snow, Iceman. He was basically covered in snow. That's, Jack Kirby, when he drew him. But, yeah, that was the original class, and they were still fighting Magneto back then. Magneto, was friends, and when Magneto was friends with freaking Charles, it was way back in the day. They didn't even have a class. They didn't even have the X-Men Mansion at that time. Later on, later on after the First Class, then he came back after Charles was missing. Then Magneto took up Charles' last name and combined their names, and he started running a class for a little bit. But that's another segue for near the chat. Continue on the Thor. Yeah, they kept to it. They tweaked it. Nothing so bad about it. I can't really ruin some of the things. I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to point out some things, but I'm not gonna keep saying it's all in all good. All in all good. It basically, when you watch it, it's kind of like, okay, you kind of get to know Thor a little bit. I mean, they had a lot of scenes that was very comedic and very funny when you watch it with everybody. It's like some things are very funny, and they really try to make it as funny, because Thor's kind of like watered down a little bit. If he's not really fighting, it's kind of like this old, like he's speaking, and you just kind of, it's all this like art thou and here I thou, so you know what I'm saying, you know how he speaks. It's all in that kind of old English kind of way, and kind of make really fun with that, and make fun about how it was back in the day, and how it's basically him trying to adjust to life after he was banished. I mean, it's also set in a trailer, so that's not even like basically he got banished. When the hell happened? You ruined that part for me. You know what I'm saying? You basically knew it if you watched the trailer, and trust me, it's gonna be packed. It was packed when I saw it. I mean, it was so packed that I actually ran into 2 people that I haven't seen in a long time. That's how packed the movie theater was. When you see people that you haven't seen in a long time, that's like when you know that it's like, wow, this movie is that big, and you run into people that you haven't seen in a long ass time. As you can walk the streets and you don't see them, and until you go to like a movie theater, and boom, they're there. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, but it was pretty good. And also, side note, carry your DS, because I actually carried my DS and had it in my pocket the whole time, my 3DS. And I actually court 2 friends out of nowhere, so I had like 2 more people. But yeah, Thor is a very good movie. Go see it. It's not a waste of your time. Just if you're a comic book fan, pay attention. You're gonna find some parts that are very, very, very good. Make sure that you get to go see it in 3D. I didn't get to go see it in 3D. Basically, I live in through you. Basically go see it in 3D, and if you see this and somehow feel like typing something about it, just do see if your 3D. Go say, oh, you're right, that person was in there, and oh my god, I hope he is going to be in the Avenger movie. There's a lot of things that I wish I can just keep going because my time is running out, so just basically hit me back up, and I'll try to write a comic back or make a video. Alright, see ya.